Welcome to podcast number one. We're in my restaurant. We're in the morning. I'm making the bread for the day. Uh, Pretty much gonna follow me about this. Um, Figured I'd start these new podcast with how to say the long hours, right? When you own a business like I do, I own two restaurants. Um, uh, Finding good workers is kind of hard, so you're pretty much on your own to do whatever you need to do. I gotta go get my scale, and it's pretty hard to do. So you pretty much end up doing everything by yourself because you don't really have a choice. So pretty much my day. We open in the morning early, so we open actually early, 9 o'clock. We cater to the night shift in the factories around here. We don't serve breakfast though, we serve normal lunch and dinner because people coming off of a night of work, they just want a big meal before they go to bed, and they get back to work later. Yeah, so pretty much we get it ready for lunch and a dinner, and that's it. Pretty much my day starts at well, I get up around 7 o'clock. I'm here. I make the bread, and then I go off to all day. My day pretty much ends around 10 o'clock at night. Um, it's a lot of hours. Usually I don't do so many hours, but like I said, I can't find staff right now. It's just before Chinese New Year. Nobody's moving, and my last number one quit, but she was with me for 7 years, so she stayed for a long time. The deal was that when she finished his college, she's gonna move on to the next thing. I think she has big exams coming up soon, so yeah, so pretty much she gave me 2 months notice, so it's fair enough. It's just very difficult to find people, and my other employees have been with me for the same 6-7 years. I've got one that's been with me for 2 years, and it's hard to find people that will kind of fit in. Not that my staff is hard, but they uphold my standards, right? So I don't know if you guys ever worked in the kitchen or something, but some people, they come here for the wrong reasons. They come here as like a job that, with the attitude that if you think I'm going to do this all my life, you're kind of mistaken. And well, it's the wrong attitude. Usually I try to surround myself with professionals. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old, so I don't really have time for patience. Also, when I hire people, I try to hire people who want to be in the business later, right? I want to hire people who have goals to open a restaurant one day, and I've had many employees that actually left. This is restaurant number 10, right? So it's not my first rodeo in this town. So they came and they told me, like, in 2 years, 3 years, I want to open my own restaurant. And I said, I made a deal with them, right? If you do, sorry, I'm just gonna move my camera a little bit here. If you do right by me, pretty much when you open your restaurant, I'll be there to help you with suppliers, anything you need. If you need some ideas or something, I'll be there to support you. If you do it wrong, of course, you won't get any help from me. I was young once before as well, and that's the way I was taught, right? My chef, when I was a kid, they all told me, like, listen, we understand that you're not going to be a dishwasher forever. We understand that you're not going to be a line cook forever. And if you come in and you work hard, right, if you need something after, we'll do right by you. And it's pretty much what happened. When I was a little bit younger, I'm just going to move some stuff around here. I'll be back in the frame. Right. So when later I was ready to open my restaurant, right, they all gave me some help. And yeah, so it's the attitude I try to run in my store here, my other restaurants too. don't really have patience for laziness and cutting corners. And you try a lot of people, right? You call people, and then maybe two out of 100 will show up, and one wants to stay. And sometimes it's just not a good fit because sometimes, you know, they just, it's not what they really want to do, right? If you have no passion for this business, then you're just buying time basically until you get something better. And it's, my staff and I, we're not big fans of that. We work as a team, right? We don't have a front of the house and a back of the house. My staff works both sides. We do what needs to be done, and that's how we do things. So anyway, back to all these hours. If you're gonna open your own restaurant, or your own business for that matter, I've had other businesses that were not restaurants. The hours, it's takes a toll after a while. I try to find a system where I usually go to the gym after work here. I try to wake up a little bit earlier in the morning to get some time to like do newspapers and stuff like that. And also in the afternoon, probably take an hour or two while my staff will take care of the restaurant. So I can maybe go drumming or shoot my bow or do some stuff like that. It's one thing to think about, right? If you're gonna open a restaurant and you're gonna think that, oh, it's gonna be great, I'm gonna be the big boss, and my staff will do everything, and I'll just be the face of the restaurant. It's possible, but what's going to end up happening is that your cost in labor is gonna be so high that your profits are gonna melt, which is not the best thing, because margins in restaurations are already kind of not that high, depending what's your product and what you sell. But a rule of thumb is that I'm just gonna move some stuff again. Sorry guys. There you go. So yeah, your margins are not very high. So the more staff you have, well, here's the thing, right? The least you want to do, the more staff you need. The more staff you need, the higher your cost is. The higher your cost is, the less money you have to bring home, and the plan is to bring money home. Otherwise, what's the point in doing this? I could just get a very well-paid job in a hotel anywhere around the world, and that would be it, right? So oh, by the way, I'm making bread for the day. So yeah, so if you're planning on opening, you know, just plan on making a lot of hours. I don't mind the hours, actually. For me, you know, I wake up in the morning, I'm free to pretty much do what I want as long as my work is done. I'm just gonna do some wrapping here. And yeah, so I'm free to do whatever I want, because basically nobody's forcing me to run a business. It's a choice I made, right? Like, I could just sell everything and move on. But, you know, freedom comes with a cost, and you also need a lot of discipline, right? If I don't show up in the morning and make up the bread, well, bread is the core of my business. So if I don't do it, then it's pretty much no business for the day. And also, in the restaurant business, consistency is key. If you're not consistent, if things change from every customer visit, you know, they come once, they come twice, and they come back after, and it's not the same thing or the same taste or looks the same, then just imagine like if McDonald's was giving you a different Big Mac every week, and it's not supposed to be different, right? You go like, whoa, what's going on here, right? So yeah, consistency is everything, which brings back to the employees or the kitchen staff who, if you don't care, right, you cut corners, you don't clean good, you say, that's good enough. And the attitude of that's good enough is kind of a business killer. I'm pretty sure Jeff Bezos and all these guys, they don't run their business with well, it's good enough, right? I think they're balls deep, like we say. So, yeah, it was good fun though. You know, before when I was running 7 restaurants at the same time. I had 7 of them, and I had to sell some. I just ran out of time, and most of my day was doing human resources, which is the worst part about doing business. Taking care of people's problem, missing employees. You know, you gotta cover some shift, making payroll, accounting. It's super boring. I think it's the worst part of the job. I think that's why I give it to my wife to do, because I can't be bothered to do it anymore. I'm just like, oh. But then again, if my wife wasn't there to do it, I'd probably have to pay an accountant to do all of this. And again, more employees, more cost, less profit. Why bother, right? Oh, by the way, I'm making the, it's kind of a labor intensive. I'm making hamburger, these ones for the burgers actually. So yeah, it's not easy actually. People, you know, they think you go to a restaurant, right? It looks so easy. The only thing you have to worry about is this going to taste good, and the other one was going to be how long is it going to take. And basically nobody gets to see behind in the kitchen. All you see is those Gordon Ramsay TV shows, which is great. I love Gordon Ramsay, no issues there. But you know, they cook stuff for you in it's a TV studio, right? It's not a real kitchen. Well, it's a real kitchen, but I mean, it's not a functional kitchen like in a restaurant. So I thought it'd be cool if I showed you maybe a little bit of behind the scenes. Anyway, it's gonna be a short first podcast because actually I'll be back when I'll be back when the bread is ready to show you what happened there. So all right, catch you in a minute, guys. I think the bread is ready. Let's see. And there you go. Some bread. And we should be good for the day now. So, all right, so see you in the next podcast.